Morning everybody, a little update on what's happening at J-Bay Corona Open this year. Now back at the infamous Pepper Street. 2 weeks out from the J-Bay Open, let's go and check what's happening. What's been happening in the last 2 weeks since I was last here with a big swell. A lot's happening. All the infrastructure's going up. Guys are busy in the park setting up the village. Now at the Super Tubes Park. Woo-hoo, home of the world's best wave. Guys are really busy setting up all the stages, the marketplaces, all the stalls, all the evening activities, some of the retail stuff. Lots happening. It's quite a nice day. Bit of a westerly blowing. The water is freezing after a whole week of onshore. Yeah, all the boom gates are up for access control and the overhead signage. Lots of to and fro, lots of equipment. Yeah, after that last 2 weeks of amazing swell, things have slowed down pretty much, and we've had a little section of hard onshore. The water has gone absolutely freezing. Hasn't been a lot of surf. Guys have been surfing, but it hasn't been great. There's some decent swells coming in the next 2 weeks. It will be just before the event. Hopefully it holds back a bit and delivers a big one during the waiting period. I'll do a little forecast on that, and hopefully looking into the future, we'll get some bigger swells. Probably a good thing that it's quietened down now, because it means that the chances of that happening are way better. Lot of equipment still lying here. The main grandstand stuff is all up in place. See, they're putting on all the wood shuttering just to make it look pretty for the Corona Open. Most of the main infrastructure is up. Guys will be finishing off now, getting all the electrics connected, and yeah, sorting out the nitty-gritty. There's not a lot of surf today. Water's gone chocolate. Wow, look at all the stages and stuff. There's another stand going up, and the interview room for the WSL. Yeah, the comp infrastructure almost in place. VIP lounges, contestants area, grandstand, bar, and social area, and then the big TV. And yeah, some towers. As you can see, it's pretty flat today. A couple of small waves, really cold. Looking grand. Yeah, all the TV stands for the TV cameras. I don't know what we got up here, but the guys are busy putting up a lot of infrastructure. Big dome that's going up on the hill here halfway down for the interview room, or the actually the whole setup for all the broadcasts. Another little stand here. That's it, the Corona J-Bay Open at Jeffreys Bay. Not a lot today, but there's definitely some coming. But hopefully we're going to see that in the next few weeks. There's 2 swells coming in the next 2 weeks before the comp, and I'll do a little bit of a forecast. Looking forward to see sort of what the future looks like, and then also a little bit on what it's like to be a local in J-Bay and the localism, you know. I've been here for 50 years. I've been surfing J-Bay. and we've lived in this area since I was a kid, since before I was born. So yeah, I think when you live here and you contribute to the betterment of the area and make sure and look after the area like the J-Bay board riders do. The guys do drives, clean the beaches, doing a lot of work, and you know, obviously also the boardwalks here, which was started by the Jeffreys Bay board riders. And yeah, there's definitely the guys who live here enjoy a privilege, let's put it that way, of some priority in the water, and that goes at any place you visit. So it's nothing new. You have a lot of people coming down on big swells, so you get this mass sort of arrival of people, and yeah, there's a lot of pressure in the water. So yeah, knowing what you should do in those circumstances will go a long way to keeping things cool in the water. Yeah, you know, wherever you go in the world, you've got to get to know the guys, work your way up the lineup. Even the pros that come here and the young pros know it. We've got guys who come from Cape Town on all the swells, who come up here, who know all the guys, and they slot in here no problem, and there's very seldom any issue. So yeah, so the forecast going forward has got two swells, the first one arriving on the 4th, and it's a smaller swell. It doesn't look that serious, but it's got a great swell period and direction. And then the second one, which arrives on the 8th to the 11th, roundabout, there's a bigger swell, way bigger swell, with even better period, and looks like it's going to be a humdinger. Phew, early morning, J-Bay into the sun. Old Mark. Most of the equipment's just about up and out of the way. Gaan het, meneer? Here's Mark, here's the chief damager for all the operations, yeah? Yeah, no, lekker, man.
Good.
Sure. All the stuff out the way. Looking impressive. Ew, through the Arc de Triomphe. Some waves again. Woohoo! How's it? How's it? The bar's up. Water's still chocolate, so it's still frickin' freezing. But definitely a few waves. Early morning into the sun. Woo! The competition control area is up. So all the woodwork's up. Bar woodwork's up. Looking awesome. And I see there looks like about some 4 to 6 foot sets coming through. Here's a set coming closer now. Geez, there's only 2, 4, 6, 8 guys out. Holy shit! 8 out and the surf's cooking. Gonna go drop off a pair of binoculars at Mike and then gonna head down. I've got to get in the water today for sure. Ear's still friggin' blocked, 3 days. Just can't get it to clear up. But yeah, operation after the contest, I reckon. All the TV towers up. Woo! There's Mike, his usual position.
Give my sponsor some mileage.
You wanna give your sponsor some mileage?
Seth, this is for you.
You're the binocs, bud.
Oh, Trevor, you're a legend, my bro. I shall keep them very safe.
Yeah, no problems. My hunting binocs, so don't throw them away. Not that I have to worry about that with you.
Oh my God,
they autofocus as well. So.
Trevor, you should surf, bro.
I'm gonna surf, yeah. Good. 46.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys all know me as Trevor or Trev. Yeah, as with the parlay crew back in the water here, the guys call me Bully, the Bully, because they've been here for that long. So yeah, any titles you see as the Bully, well, that's me. Yeah, so this is going to be the VIP bar area, VIP stand and bar area, and that'll be the tower that the WSL does their interviews and stuff with the J-Bay in the background. It looks awesome. All the kiosks up for the cameras. And yeah, what a freaking lineup. What an absolutely amazing lineup. There is nowhere in the world that's like this. Not Pals, not any Point Break. And yeah, let's just hope she's gonna fail. We really want to see a proper freaking contest without beach break airs and bullshit. We want a contest that the guys surf an entire wave and pull proper maneuvers, big calves, like the whole array, you know. It's just freezing cold at the moment. The water was out yesterday and surfed for about an hour. I had 4 really nice waves, and man, my feet went numb. It's about 13 degrees and 13 degrees Celsius, that is. So yeah, it's pretty freaking chilly out there. Water is absolutely freezing cold. I've just put my hand in, must be about 14 degrees. Chocolate. There are waves, but a little bit of a northwest on it, but yeah, there's definitely waves. I'm gonna just take a quick walk up to the keyhole. Gonna take a walk up to the keyhole. There's a guy paddling out, and just show you where you paddle out in J Bay. Watch this guy go out and see how he handles it. Now this is the keyhole. Super important getting out supers. You got to be pretty careful though. We're on a pretty low tide, which is yeah, it can get pretty dangerous as far as knocking your fins out. I reckon this keyhole is responsible for probably 80% of the repairs, if not more. Definitely your fin box removals. So yeah, let's watch these guys paddle out and see how it goes. A little central spine in the middle of the keyhole, and then it goes into a little deep area, and then out there you've got to be really careful. There's a really shallow bank of mussels and rock and red bait, especially on the low tides. Today we are on sort of not on a full spring, so it won't be too bad, but right where that wave is now, there's like a bank of rock there. You've got to be super careful. And generally wait for the last wave of the set, and then you get the suck out, which helps you get out. If you don't wait for that, you get knocked back and then basically get caught by the next set. You basically got to stay more to the right as you go out, because you've got a strong wash that comes across with a big swell, and yeah, you've got to basically hold your position right before swinging, because there you can see there's some rock and stuff there. You've got to be really careful. So there's your channel there, and yeah, the front section is super shallow as well, especially on a low. Okay, go, you can go. See it sucking where that white water is now. It's really shallow there, so you've got to stay there. The channel's a bit right of where he is now. You see he's gone left. Oh no, he's going left. Going straight over the bank. That's not the way to do it. You've got to stay there and then go out there. He's gone left, so he's high and dry. Anyway, yeah, he obviously hasn't paddled out here that often. He's got to stay right. Stay right there. He could have paddled out there, we've been okay, but he should be okay now. You can see the current taking him left. It's really strong, especially when it's big. It takes you left really quickly. So yeah, he's lucky it's not a big day. He's actually got a perfect flat here. You can see it's got a nice lull. But when it's 8 to 10 and macking, it's a different story altogether. You actually get reversed back up this rock ledge if you don't time it properly. And yeah, it's pretty sharp and muscly and full of little bumps and little corals, so I might get washed off here. Woo-hoo. Definitely a few waves. I just got to go and sort out some water tanks at the house, and then I'm going to come down and jump in the water. Hopefully do a bit of drone footage of the paddle out at the keyhole, so you can see how it all works, and we'll check you later. Yeah, so the northwest has dropped off a little bit now. It's glassing off now. It's supposed to go offshore. I can actually feel the offshore hitting me on the right shoulder here now. We're gonna go and jump in. There's a couple of decent sets coming through, and I'm gonna go and show you where to paddle out in the keyhole. A couple of little fun ones coming through. It's not very consistent, and I see there's quite a mob out there already compared to this morning. I'm going to drop the key off with Mike. Yeah, hopefully he's going to do a little bit of drone footage now. I don't know if he's able to because he's pretty busy. He's filming everybody. There's a couple of the pros have arrived today. There's one swell in the waiting period so far, but it's still a long way out, so hopefully all that'll change. Yeah man, this is living. Oh, Mike, set up.
Mr. Hansen.
Yeah, so all the guys reckon that the localism's a shitty thing in J-Bay, but just want to let you know, I mean, we grew up here, I've been here for years, and we had to go through the same schooling basically that anybody else who comes to J-Bay. I mean, even though I lived here, we had guys like Larry Levine, Dave Lipschitz, trying to think of all the other enforcers. Yeah, Piers Pittard, there's some really heavy guys here, and man, we got tuned properly. I mean, there was no ways we would just paddle up into the lineup and take off, so we were always referred to as the lighties. Remember Larry with his big beard and his flippin' tousled blonde hair screaming at us, "Hey lighty!" and giving us all this shit. So yeah, you know, everybody has to pay their dues. It doesn't matter where you come from, and if you think you're just gonna arrive in J-Bay and buy a house and you're all of a sudden you're a local here, it just don't work like that. So yeah, so this is Mike Rathnam, our resident pro photographer here from J-Bay TV. I did do a little thing on his logo the other day, and I've been sharing some of his overhead footage that he's been taking with the drone. Thanks Mike, it's been awesome. And yeah, he's probably the right guy to ask about this localism thing. What do you reckon, bud?
You know, Trev, I see it all, and I'm not going to hold back any punches here. I see guys that come from out of town that push too far up the top past the locals. Some of them are not even competent surfers, and they're sitting way up the top at this world-class point break. I see guys from out of town drop in on local guys for absolutely no reason. You know, a lot of local guys, they have very small windows to surf. It's like 1 hour during lunch,
Absolutely.
1 hour in the morning, 1 hour after work, and when they go out in those sessions, you need to realize that these guys, you have to give them priority because they've been working the whole day and you've been here on holiday the whole day.
Yeah,
so
plus, you know, the guys deal with all the infrastructure, like all the boardwalks and stuff. A lot of this stuff is done by the local guys and supported by local community, and a lot of the guys put in a lot of time here, you know. So
Exactly.
guys come here on a weekend, on a long weekend, and think they come down here and own this place. Man, it just doesn't work like that.
look at the beach cleanups that we do here
Yeah,
with the
absolutely.
J-Bay board riders. The guys walk up and down from Low Point all the way to here, picking up rubbish. The kids are here. You know, people don't see what we do behind the scenes, and if they want proof of guys dropping in on locals, I got tons of footage. We can give you a few for your next
We'll have to get
upload.
some of that footage. Yeah, I tell you what, it is a contentious subject, but really, I mean, there's good reasons behind it, and I think, you know, a lot of the guys who come down here. I had a guy the other day who took a leak in the middle of the beach the other day, and I gave him such a dressing down. I mean, man, you got to show some respect to the people that live here, and yeah, there's a reason for us feeling that localism. This place, J-Bay, doesn't work every day. It's a feast or famine thing with J-Bay, because when it's onshore you can't surf here. You have to have the right direction swells. It's not an everyday that it's cooking here. So when it does work, the locals tend to be on the good days, and yeah, they do take priority. There's no two ways about it.
Trev, at the end of the day, all the visitors have to realize this is a world-class wave. So we're talking about being up there with Pipeline, Snapper, Kira, the Gold Coast, and in all honesty, you got more chance of catching a bomb here than any of those other waves. So come and visit us. We're not such bad guys.
Yeah, I know, ditto that. I mean, really, I was helping some kids out the other day here. The guys who live here have been surfing their whole lives. So yeah, we might give the guys a bit of shit out here, but really, we love the visitors. I mean, J-Bay is a surf town, and it's supported by the surf community. So yeah, as much as I stress the localism point, it's just about being courteous and yeah, I'll give the locals some space. That's all it's about, and you'll be amazed how welcoming the guys are. Be cool and enjoy. Yeah, Jeffreys Bay is such a special place, and all the locals that live here love this place. So join us, enjoy the area, and yeah, be safe, be courteous, and come and visit. We're looking forward to the big J-Bay Open. It's just around the corner. I'll do some more updates as we go along. In the meantime, make sure you subscribe and join us in the next episode as we put out some of the footage of the next 2 swells that arrive. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Enjoy.